Vegetables. Virtually all vegetables are good to eat except collard greens and turnip salad. The roots of turnips do very well, but not the salad. Cabbages are good, especially the white head, but not the green leaves. Cauliflower is a really fine vegetable, but take away the green leaves. There are a lot of other good vegetables that have been grafted from original vegetables, though some of the grafted vegetables are not good to eat. Do not eat the vegetable called kale. Eat some spinach, but do not become an habitual spinach eater. Eat rutabaga, a little every now and then. You may eat as much garlic and onion as you like, but no sweet potatoes and no white potatoes. Sweet potatoes were never good for any human to eat. They are good for hogs, but not for you. White Irish potatoes are a food for people who live in frigid zones, a staple food for such as Europe, North America, and Canada. But potatoes and rice are too starchy for you and me. They laden us with too much starch and fat, which are friends to diabetes. Sweet potatoes are full of gas. Do not eat them. There are many more vegetables you will find edible or forbidden to eat in this book. If you like, write me for information on other vegetables not mentioned here. Peas. Allah forbids us to eat peas. He considers most peas fit for cattle and herds of animals, but not for the delicate stomachs of human beings. No black-eyed peas, field peas, speckled peas, red peas, or brown peas. Do not eat split peas you find in the store. Peas, collard greens, turnip greens, sweet potatoes, and white potatoes are very cheaply raised foods. The southern slave masters used them to feed the slaves and still advise the consumption of them. Most white people of the middle and upper class do not eat this lot of cheap food, which is unfit for human consumption. Beans, dry. No beans did he advise except the small navy, the small size and not the larger size, the little brown pink ones, and the white ones. This bean he valued to be very high in protein, fats, and starches, and it is a safe food for prolonged life. As you will find, most Muslims like their bean soup. These beans are dry beans. He said he could take one of our babies and start him off eating the dry, small navy bean soup and make that child live 240 years. He described no other bean. This dry bean or pulse is of ancient origin. It was this bean, according to certain historians, that Daniel preferred for himself and his followers in the prison of Nebuchadnezzar. Do not add rice and meats to these beans because they contain proteins, fats, and starches. Fruits. Virtually all fruits are good. We eat apples, oranges, bananas, pears, peaches, tangerines, mangoes, plums, grapes. Do not eat processed dried grapes. Eat natural sun-dried grapes, pomegranates, lemons, and grapefruit. Bread. Eat whole wheat bread, but not whole grain. It is too much for the digestive system. Eat wheat, never white flour, which has been robbed of its natural vitamins and proteins, sold separately as cereals. You know as well as I that the white race is a commercializing people, and they do not worry about the lives they jeopardize so long as the dollar is safe. You might find yourself eating death if you follow them. He flatly forbids us to eat cornbread. The white race and some African people used to live off cornbread because it is cheaply made. It is not good for human consumption because of its potency, which only animal stomachs are able to digest. Positively do not eat cornbread. If you must or are forced to eat it, he said, to cook it 2 or 3 times, put it up, sour it with a good yeast, dice onions into it, and let it ferment like wheat bread. After this, cook it 2 or 3 times. Never eat fresh hot corn muffins or hot cakes and syrup. When you eat half-cooked bread, it shortens your life, as all bread will rise again in our stomachs, buckling our stomachs and intestinal walls. The more it is cooked, the less this will happen. Rye bread, if it is cooked enough, is fine to eat. It is not good for office people. They are not active enough to digest such a bread. It is good for a working man doing manual labor. Office workers should not even eat baked beans, nor beans with rice and meat in them, because their jobs do not permit them enough activity to digest such heavy foods. Prepare your own food. Take time and prepare your own foods. Do not kill yourself by running to the store buying processed foods to eat, and never buy those ready-made biscuits. We plan to install health food departments in our bakeries, grocery store, and restaurants soon. Watch for them. Do not eat the highly rich soybean, which is a new flour on the market. These beans are for cattle, not human beings. The oil from soybeans is not good for our stomachs. Soybean flour is being mixed with wheat flour by the flour mills. In fact, the Christians are experimenting with all foods. They do not care what they eat as long as it does not kill them instantly. Beware. For good health, we should raise and prepare our own food. As I said in this book, the white race is a commercializing race by nature. It is the almighty dollar that they are after, not long life. Remember, cook your bread thoroughly. Make thin rolls so that you can cook them well done. The rolls should be sliced, and those slices of bread should be toasted through and through before they are eaten. There is no such thing as being too stale. Actually, stale bread is better on your stomach and digestive system. Positively eat no nuts. The eating regulation in this book are a must with my followers. Begin at once. Eat only one meal a day, regardless of the work you are doing. Do not put lard in your bread. Use vegetable oil, corn oil, pure butter, olive oil, or whatever good vegetable oil you choose. Keep any hog or swine out of your foods. Do not eat fried or hard-baked foods if you can avoid them. When it comes to meat, no fried chicken or steaks, nothing fried. Fried foods are hard on your digestive system and will cut